Oh man, oh my gosh. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Oh god, my voice. Wow, that was literally a moment. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Remelia Zero.
おっと、なんだよおっちゃん。
驚かせるなじゃねえよ。こちとら商品が詰め終わってるのに世間話が終わるのを待っ
気づかなくて申し訳ありません。
Oh, did I?
頼むよ。
Wait. No, I definitely went through this. Yeah. We went through this already because Sakura just talked to us. Okay, yeah, we're right here. Pushed away by his intense voice, we shuffle off to our next destination. The state of the Red Princess Priscilla. Yeah, wait. Okay, yeah, no, we already went through that scene, so.
ここがプリシラ様のお屋敷。
Wow, we found it so easily, like, what the hell?
まあ、見るからにって感じだな。あちこちが金ピカに塗られてて、庭は妙
How
な
come
彫
we never
刻
went
だ
to
ら
any
け。
other routes is my question. This is the first time actually coming here, but as I thought, this place is beyond anything I ever imagined.
ひょっとして純金のプリシラ像とかどっかに飾ってあったりしないか。ここまで来ると悪趣味を極めてほしい。
おいおい、人様の屋敷を覗き込んで随分とかっ飛んだ批評じゃねえか。
その声は
聞いてたのが俺だったからよかったけど、もしも姫さんに聞かれてたらジエンドだ。
スバル君、離れてください。この方は怪しすぎます。
気持ちはわかるけど落ち着けレム。確かに猛烈に怪しいけれど門の向こう側にいるだろう。
ものすごく目立つ物取り。
違うから
面白い嬢ちゃんだ。そんで面白い兄ちゃんも連れてやがる。悪いことは言わねえ。さっさと立ち去んな。うちの姫さんは気まぐれな猫より気まぐれでな。
その忠告はすげえありがたいし、回り右して帰りたい気持ちもあるんだが、そうもいかねえ理由もあるんだ。
Oh, I'll see about how you get out of this mess.
へえ、そうもできない理由ね。一体何の用だってんだ。
お前の主人のお姫様に伝えてくれ。同じ王選候補者エミリアの使いが来た。
Ooh, that was quick.
それでわざわざわらわの時間を奪おうというのじゃ。当然、相応の価値があってのこと。
Priscilla tilts her head slightly at me, wordlessly pressuring me just as much intensely as Couché or Anastasia. But unlike those two who pressure me at opportune moments, Priscilla threatens my very being with her constant frightening aura. Couché and Anastasia occasionally turn into lionesses as they are talking, but Priscilla is always in that heightened state.
結局相手がライオンなら。
兄弟、気持ちはわかるけどよ。黙ってると姫さんの機嫌は秒で悪くなるぜ。
わかってるよ。だいたい兄弟って何のつもりで。
ああ、そりゃ決まっ。
ある、黙るがいい。これと話しておるのはわらわであろうが。
あやーい、お口にチャック
Al's
して
so
黙っと
cool,
くよ。
dude. Al waves his one arm and goes quiet in almost detached manner. I wanted to question him some more, but it looks like that's not going to happen. If I take my eyes off Priscilla, my head will definitely be rolling. I've died in this world plenty of times, at least to know how already deadly Priscilla can be.
まずは拝謁の機会をいただきまして。
毒にも薬にもならぬ前置きはやめよ。わらわの貴重な時間を奪うな。
わかった。じゃあまずこれを。
Engulfed in her intimidation, I nervously hold out a bag of appas. Unlike at the stall, the appas feel very heavy, like heavy rocks in a frail bag inside this palace. I start doubting if this was the right choice as an offering. No, I can't hesitate here. The die has since been cast. All that's left now is to hope for a favorable outcome.
それは
手ぶらで来るのも失礼だと思ったんで手土産を持参したんだ。俺の馴染みの店のもんでな。味の良さを保証する。それにお前には珍しいと思うさ。
ある。
へいへい。そんじゃま、お土産を拝見。
Al takes the bag of Priscilla's orders. He peeks inside and tilts his covered head.
あ？これが姫さんへの土産？
それで間違いねえよ。ちゃんと改めてもらっていいぜ。
改めるったって。おい嬢ちゃん、本当にこれで間違ってねえのか？
はい、間違いありません。スバル君が買い求めたものです。
This is exactly what Subaru
お
bought.
いおいおい。
After hearing our helmets, I can almost see the bewilderment through his helmet. Oh, answers. Seeing his knight's confusion, Priscilla impatiently rests her chin on one of her hands.
何事かある。いつまでももたもたと孫つかず。
そりゃ見せるのはいいんだが、見ても姫さんが怒るだけじゃねえかな。
それを決めるのはわらわであって貴様ではない。
はいはい、Your Highness と。
Your Highness.
そしたらこれが献上品でござ
Come on,
い。
Priscilla, you know you love these apples. Al casually walks over to Priscilla and shows her the contents of the bag. Her response will decide Rem and Mai's fate. Thinking of it that way, maybe I shouldn't have brought Rem along. She'd be the witness to my downfall. Although Priscilla does go off the deep end, I don't know how I would escape without Rem.
そうならないでくれ。
As I fervently beg and plead for my life in my mind, Priscilla's expression changes when she peeks inside the red bag. That's when
なんじゃこの珍妙な果実は。
I hear the exact response I was hoping for. Oh god, come on, Subaru, get in for the kill!
よもやリンガが赤い果実とはな。赤々と熟れたそれをわらわへの土産とするとは。貴様の書店は誤たずに済んだぞ。
Priscilla then proceeds to eat a piece of apple that was cut and neatly arranged on a plate. I hear the crunch of her biting the fresh fruit and a tangy aroma wafts through the room.
しかし、
なんじゃある？何かあるのか？
Yes!
いや、姫さんが毒味したもんを食うのは当然なんだが、俺の食いかけを姫さんが食ってると思うと興奮するなって。
たわけ。
で、的確に走行の薄いところを。
She seems so nice too,
わ
honestly.
らわの美貌に男どもが情欲を抱くのは当然じゃ。夢を見ることまでわらわも禁じはせぬ。
つまり、姫さんは俺がどれだけ不死だらな妄想をしても許してくれるってわけだ。さすがそういうとこがいて。
それを口にするな。
Oh, they're quite the pair.
独特な主従関係なのですね。アル様はプリシラ様の騎士なのでしょうか。
これがわらわの騎士？笑わせるでない。これは道家よ。その点ハンマの娘も同じであろうよ。まさかそこなボングを騎士などと言うまい。
俺が騎士じゃないのはそうだが、エミリアをハンマって呼ぶのはやめろよ。
Half evil. Oh, half evil. Half devil is a derogatory term for half elves. I've seen twice now in the postponement discussion just how hurt Amelia looked after being called that. I can't let something like that slide just because Amelia isn't here.
わらわに命令か？その無礼も一度は許そう。それはリンガを持参した功績に免じてじゃ。
そっちこそ同じことを二度言わせるなよ。エミリアはハー
Dude,
フエルフ
I
であっ
mean,
て、
Subaru.
ハン
Okay,
マ
it's
なん
fine.
て
It's
呼ばれ
fine. She narrows her eyes, doubling down her intimidating aura. Honestly, it feels like my organs are being squashed.
スバル君。
Rem looks at me with concern from beside me. It seems like she's planning to risk her life to protect me if Priscilla were to go on the offensive. While I appreciate her resolve, I rein her in with the wave of my hand. Rem can be so quick to jump the gun, so I don't want to do anything hasty. Finally.
姫さん、話が進まねえし、ここは姫さんの方が度量を見せてやった方がよくね？
ある？貴様、わらわに譲れと？
そりゃ姫さん的には譲った方が負けって考えもあるだろうけど、ここは器のでかさを見せといた方が勝ちって考えもあるぜ。姫さんだって裏でこそこそと巨乳って言われてたらカチンとくるだろ。
わらわの乳房は心の豊かさの表れであろうが。
お、マジで？じゃあ実は俺頭の中で姫さんのこと巨乳ってしょっちゅう言ってんだけど、それもいて。
たわけ。
Priscilla beats Al up and then folds her arms in a way that emphasizes her voluptuous chest. Her red eyes glare at me once again.
道家の軽口で今日が冷めたわ。貴様の言葉は聞かなかったことにしてやる。
Well, that's not the
おい
point.
待て、それじゃこっちの話は。
スバル君、抑えてください。
レム、
Rem grabs my arm and pulls me back. Priscilla curls her lips and she stares Rem
そ
down.
の愛人のメイドの方が冷静のようよな。それがそれではさぞ
I
苦
mean,
労
okay,
し
Priscilla,
よう。
I guess you'd have to continue calling us insults.
スバル君と一緒にいることはレムが望んでしていることですから。
そのようなボング、一体どこに美点を見出しているやら。
Priscilla slowly shakes her head and then abruptly points a finger at Rem and me.
手土産のリンガは受け取った。貴様らの顔もわらわのこの目にしかと収めた。その拝謁の栄誉を持ち帰るがいい。話はこれでしまいよ。これ以上
Ooh, I guess no one said it would be easy to do all this, right?
待ってくれ。
Right as Priscilla turns her back at Leap, I call out once more with all the courage I have. The look in her eyes as she turns around is ice cold, in complete contrast to her fiery red eyes. The moment I misspeak at all, Priscilla will kill me without mercy. It's the same when I encountered the Baal Hunter at the loot house, or when Rem glared at me full of hatred under the sunset that time. However,
一つだけ聞かせてくれ。 ウォルフって名前に聞き覚えは。
I don't care if my head goes flying off my body. It's the only thing I can ask. One thing.
ない。これで満足か？
ああ、満足だ。
ならば解くうせるがいい。わらわの気が変わらぬうちにな。
I wouldn't be surprised if she changes her mind as she speaks. My breath escapes my body and I'm unable to respond.
外まで送ってくるわ。姫さん、リンガ残しといてくれな。
Al's casual comment is the only thing that gives my stiff legs a chance to lift up. Man, Al is so cool, dude. Come on.
いやー、しかしあれだな。俺絶対に最後で兄弟死んだと思ったわ。あれ、兄弟も嬢ちゃんも黙り込んでどうしちまったんだ。せっかく猛獣の檻から命からがら逃げてきたんだぜ。もっと喜んでもいいんじゃねえのよ。
喜べるか。
おお、なんだ急にでけえ声出して。
ああ、おっかなかった。本気で殺されるかと思った。お前よくあんな女に仕えてられるな。
おいおい、屋敷出たからっていきなりそれは本音ポロリすぎるだろう。気持ちはわかるけどよ。それと俺が姫さんのとこにいる理由は姫さんがエロくて美人だからだよ。
想像以上に浅くてビビる答え。いや、その理由で毎日綱渡りができるって逆にすごいって見直すべきなの。
Al has such an easygoing attitude, but I'd never be able to do such a thing for that reason like that.
可愛くて美少女なエミリアタンのために。あれ、一緒だ。
ま、男なんてそんなもんだぜ今日。
Al laughs so loudly at me, but I really can't accept us being so
で
like.
すが本当に無事でよかったです。レムも最後はもうダメかと思いました。
レムもそう思ったか。ごめんな、あんな危ない真似して。けど聞かなくちゃいけなかったんだよ。
スバル君が必要だと思ったことならレムはそれを止めようとは思いません。でもどうかご自愛してください。そうでないとレムは心配です。心配。
Rem puts her hand on her chest. Oh, wow, my voice is like all fucked up right now. Rem puts her hand on her chest and I feel her concern striking a devastating blow. It's true that I crossed into unknown territory without much thought, but once I
俺
did,
だって一人だったら無茶しなかったさ。
I don't know. I know we're
Rem-
like comforting Rem, but
Rem-
Subaru, you gotta talk to Al about more
レム
things.
が
レムが横にいてくれたから何があっても助けてくれ。
It was the result of relying on Rem's strength that pulled us through. Though saying as much doesn't really paint me in a positive light, but
スバル君そんなにレムを信じてくれて。
well, they were literally having.
いや、おかしい。
Rem is deeply moved by my words, making both me, Al, and Al and me interject at the same
も
time.
のすげえ他力本願な作戦じゃねえか。嬢ちゃん、そんなの受け入れちゃダメだぜ。
あるに言われるのも納得いかねえけど、正直その通り過ぎて言い返せねえよ。
いいえ、いいんです。スバル君のために頑張るのはレムがやりたいことなんですから。むしろそれを取り上げないでください。スバル君の力になれなくなったらレムはスバル君を殺して自分も死にます。
可愛い顔と声で何言い出したの。
やれやれ、ずいぶん愛されてるもんだ。羨ましいったらねえぜ。
アル様にもきっと機会はありますよ。まずはしっかりした定職へ就くべきです。
すげえ本格的なアドバイス。一応今の俺も定職は定職よ。
プリシラ様の道家が。
そんな本気で聞かれたら迷うじゃん。
Rem and Al continue to have a serious conversation about future prospects. I give them a sidelong glance as I turn back to look at the mansion we just left. I'm sure Priscilla's taken us off our mind already, but she still makes me tremble, despite having Rem with me, even though I was being pretty reckless, but I did get something out of it in
プリ
exchange.
シラはウォルフの名前に動揺しなかった。
Of course, it was a natural born. If she was a natural born liar, she could easily lie about it, even if she did
と
know.
はいえ、不意打ちされたら誰でも驚く。プリシラにはそれがなかった。
Ooh, Priscilla. Maybe Wolf was from Priscilla's camp.
まあ、俺が見た限りって注釈付きだけど、
But on the end, I don't want to question the things I've seen for myself anymore.
俺が俺の目を信じなかったら何をもって判断したらいいかわからなくなるし、足止めされっぱなしになっちまう。ただ
Now that I've spoken with all three of the potentially fake candidates, I haven't found anything to decisively point a finger at
ア
them.
ナスタシアさんはウォルフに襲われた実績がある。プリシラはウォルフの名前を聞いても全く心当たりがある雰囲気じゃ。まさかクルシュさんなのか。
I don't know. As of now, the only one I hadn't actively taken steps to try and get information from is Crochet. I only removed her from the list because I want to believe she wouldn't do something like this. But on the other hand, I don't have anything to base that trust on. So does that mean I should test her?
苦しさを疑う。正直ここまでなかったはず。
But it may be that this has been my blind spot. I need to eliminate all possibilities. Yeah, let's go, Subaru.
信じるために疑うか。くそ。実際に口にすると偽善的すぎる。
A gloomy mood takes over as I hesitate about my next move, but then...
しかし気になってたんだが、ジョーちゃんの一人称は紛らわしいよな。
紛らわしいですか？
だってジョーちゃんの名前はラムだろ。それがレムって一人称はややこしいって。
アル様、おっしゃる意味がわかりません。レムの名前はレムですが、
何？
ラムはレムの双子の姉の名前です。失礼ですが、姉様と面識が終わりなのですか？
Al goes silent as Rem's question. Unlike his light demeanor from before, he's now deep in a thought with a serious and solemn expression.
冗談はよせよ。ジョーちゃんがラムだろ。
いいえ、そんな冗談を言う意味が。申し訳ありません。レムはレムです。
No, don't hurt Rem.
冗談じゃねえ。
Al mutters to himself in a low voice. As he does, Rem's face tenses up and she jumps back. Seeing the two put distance between themselves, all I can do is watch with eyes wide, wondering what just happened.
なんだ二人ともいきなりどうした？
いいえ、ごめんなさい。ただちょっとアル様の様子が。
Wait, what?
ある？
Sensing Rem's confusion, I step in between the two and call out to Al. I can't see his expression under his helmet, but from the way he hung his head, his head hung slightly. The cheerful air about him had completely faded. Although things don't just end there. Before I could point out Al's sudden change in attitude. Huh? 1 second. For a single second, I see a figure on the other side of the road. I'd never mistake that far too distinctive getup.
ウォルフ。
There's no mistaking that person, the masked freak who had been getting our way, calling himself the malevolent masked magician. This isn't one of those days where we counted him before, but there's no reason to let him go.
ある。悪いが話の続きはまた今度だ。レム。
はい。アル様、失礼します。
Ooh, does he have something with Ram? I grab the surprised Ram's hand and start running, leaving Al behind. I can't lose sight of Wolf. We furiously chase after the black-clad man. All we can do now is run. Ooh, let's go. But now I'm curious about Al's thing.
あれがそうだってのかよ。冗談じゃねえ。ヘドが出るぜ。
What? What is he talking about?
くそ、どこに行った？
We find ourselves in a back alley after chasing the masked man. This place shouldn't have any other outlets, but there's no sight of that conspicuous figure. Oh, see, now I really want Al to meet Ram now. Jeez, another story plot.
スバル君、落ち着いてください。一体誰を探しているんですか？
全身に黒い布をかぶった大男だ。名前はウォルフ。俺たちの敵だ。
I instinctively respond to Rem, immediately clutching my chest after. For a moment, I'm worried that divulging such information would have that mysterious hand wrap around my heart again, but... When I try to reveal my return by death ability, my heart is punished by unseen hands. The pain is beyond imaginable, but it seems like I'm safe this time. I still don't understand what triggers this penalty. As irritating as that is, I continue speaking to Rem as she stares at me in wonder.
いきなりなんだって思うだろうが、そいつはすげえ危ないやつなんだ。放置したらやばいことになる。
Damn it, I'm not being very persuasive. I don't have any evidence of what I'm saying, so I have to convince her somehow, but I can't find the right words to say. I need to persuade Rem somehow and...
わかりました。
Yeah, Rem, yes!
その危険な輩を拘束するんですね。
Yes, Rem,
それは
yes!
急がなくては。
As I rack my brain trying to find the words to convince her, Rem answers me with the earnest look in her eyes. In an instant, I become embarrassed at myself. Rem trusts in me. That's why she doesn't need any detailed explanation. Even if I couldn't do something as boorish as point out such things here and now.
ああ、急ごう。とはいえ、手分けするのは危険すぎる。一緒に。
Fueled by Rem's enthusiasm, I'm ready to resume our pursuit, but at that moment... Our conversation over, I turn around to give chase, but for a brief moment I catch a whiff of something sweet. My mind goes blank wondering what it is, but then I notice someone's shadow overtaking my own beneath me.
まさか上？
I immediately look up and see a massive figure descending upon me.
やばい、やられ。おっと。
させません。
Rem pulls me by the collar, intercepting the surprise attack with her Morning Star. A sharp metallic sound rings as Wolf spirals onto the ground in the alley. He looks at us with his mask that hides his true expression.
ヒューやるじゃねえかくははははしかしどうして俺を追ってきた見た目が怪しいだけで心外だぜ
ついさっき見た目が怪しいやつと話してたばっかだから説得力がねえがお前の怪しさは群を抜いてんだよお前みたいなのが夜道を歩いてると子供が怖がって泣くだろうがだから衛兵の詰め所にしょっぴいてやる
あーっとそりゃ暴論ってもんだろうここは賑やかで華々しい王都の中じゃないか羽目を外してこんな格好をしちまう
Wolf spreads his arms and shrugs, his way of showing he doesn't harbor any hostility. Of course, I know not to let my guard down around him, so I don't fall for his eye.
レム油断するなよあいつ口ではいろいろ言ってるが
安心してくださいスバル君レムは敵の還元になんて聞く耳持ちません
With that, Rem steps forward, but before I know it, her trusty Morningstar is clutched firmly in her hands.
金もんぶら下げてる女だなお前から後ろのやつに言ってやってくれよ俺はやる気はねえって
言いたいことはそれだけですか
ああ
見ての通りレムは手加減が苦手ですですから末期の言葉はこの瞬間に残された方が賢明かと思います
はいはいなるほどわかったわかった話を聞かないってのはそれだけで厄介なたちだ見逃してもらえないってんならしょうがないじゃあ
Wolf makes the first move as words leave his lips. He draws in his spread hands, using the momentum to launch out some seemingly ordinary knives. But with 10 or 20 of them, it goes without saying how deadly they could be. Ooh! With a short breath, Rem swings the chain of a morning star, knocking away all the daggers. A shrill sound echoes in the alley, and we manage to get through the enemy's first move, signaling the start of the battle.
やるやる
the
やる
face
やる
change.
じゃねえか
ごちゃごちゃとそのうるさい口を閉じなさい
A fierce battle breaks out between Wolf, who seems to be enjoying the fight, and Rem, who doesn't hide her rage behind her opponent. Blow for blow, all I can do is watch.
バカか俺は見ているしかできないんじゃなくそれ以外を探すんだよ
Yeah, Subaru. The fight between Rem and Wolf seesaws back and forth. At the very least, an amateur has no way to tell the small details, revealing which side has an advantage. Though it doesn't take a professional to tell who won once the dust settles, and at that point I'd be too late to try and turn the tables. Yeah, no, he has that mana move, Subaru.
そうしないためには
I can't be careless here and get in Ram's way. I keep it in mind and I scrutinize how Wolf fights. This may be a strange way to put it, but when Ren and Moines are around, it's as vicious as a small-scale tempest. Wolf only uses his body movements to evade her attacks, and just when you think a hit will land, he definitely avoids it with a quick flick of a dagger to avoid the impact. Seeing how his daggers don't break, his precise control over his strength is beyond proficient. His skills could be considered first class or an acrobatic feat. Sometimes he'll even throw a dagger with such speed and precision that Rem can't aggressively get close to him. They're perfect rivals. No, even if you add it in a bias light, Wolf has a slight advantage. In other words, if I don't step in, Rem will lose. I can't just stand here and not do anything. That's why.
おいウォルフこっちだ
スバル君いけませんレムの後ろから出ては
Rem and Wolf tense up once they hear me shout and see me moving about. Rem grows frantic and Wolf just laughs at his masked
出
portrays.
しゃばったな間抜け後悔は長くしろよ
Immediately after Wolf says this, a dagger is thrown straight at me. A congenital non-fighter like me. It looks like just a white flash. The sight of my corpse after the dagger dips straight into the forehead. The sight of my corpse after the dagger dips straight into my forehead with no way to stop it flickers in my mind.
スバル君
But it's just my imagination.
なんでかナイフ投げるやつってみんな額狙うよな
I quickly pull an apple out of my pocket, barely managed to block the dagger from lodging into my skull. That gamble paid off. I figured he'd take a stab at me if I showed him an opening. That he'd try to shake up Rem by doing so, but the outcome worked in my favor. Now,
これも食らえ秒間9発連続撮影
what is he taking a picture of? What? I taken out my cell phone with the appas. I pointed through the wolf and activated its camera. Oh, you still have your cell phone, dude? Wait, Subaru still has a cell phone? A white light cuts through the dark alleyway, assaulting our masked foe. Trying to blind him would be that effective with his mask on, but surely gives us a chance to act. His movements interrupted. Rem slams her morning star into him. What? He just totally took out his phone. The spiked ball collides with Wolf with incredible momentum as he stands still, then sends him flying away. He flips and tumbles, and I knew just how much damage was inflicted on his body, having experienced such a blow myself. The single strike managed to obliterate half my body. It goes without saying that Wolf won't fare very well either. Wolf crashes into a wall in the alley, slumping over. He doesn't move or cry out in pain. Reveal his mask! Who is this man?
手応えはありました。ですが、油断はできません。
Rem looks tense, not letting her guard down as she shoves closer to Wolf. Her cautionary reaction is the right approach. We can't mess up here.
レム、そいつには多分相手のマナを吸い取るって特技がある。
相手のマナーを。わかりました。
Heeding my warning, Rem stops in her tracks and raises her morning star. She most likely intends to hit him from a distance. Delivering the killing blow that way is probably the best choice right now. If possible, I'd like to talk with him to find out who hired him and who he's involved with, but he isn't someone who can be taken so lightly. That's why Rem's decision is the right one here. The assassin should be dealt with right here and now.
スバル君は目をつむっていても大丈夫です。
Rem tells me as much without turning around, ramping up my fright at the scene. I want to say I'm fine, but I know better than anyone that I would be nothing but me trying to put up a strong front. The sound of chains fills my ears. Rem is about to deliver the final blow.
何？
Wolf's muscles grind together as he puts all his strength into standing up, muttering the whole time.
その執念は認めますが、それ以上のことはさせません。
Rem raises her morning star, a sign that she doesn't plan on letting Wolf have his way. Right before she rains hell on him, the sweet fragrance tickles my nose again. It's the same scent that alerted me to Wolf's original attack. It happened all in a moment. Drawn by a sweet scent, I turn my head and notice a red light appearing. I realize it's fire, and it's headed straight for Rem's defenseless back. I immediately jump out onto Rem's back, pushing her light body out of the way. She screams, looking at me in shock. That her light blue eyes reflect light as they open wide. Then, oh, Subaru! In an instant, my body's engulfed. Go! Oh my gosh! The next time we get a CG, you're gonna give me a CG of Subaru burning up in flames? Like what the fuck? I shout as I fall and roll around on the ground. Oh, he's reading. He's reading. Yo, Subaru's legit. Okay. Ooh, that's a death-ending cry.
淡い光が生まれ、冷たい水が浴びせられる。しかし、水の冷たさも一
Dude,
瞬。
that fire's on his eyeball. Like holy
1秒
fuck.
持たずに水は蒸発し、炎に飲まれる。な
ダメですお願い
お、燃え続けている俺の体を白い手がゆする。当然、
Wow, he has a fire attack
炎はその
too.
白い手をも焼こう。
Damn, Subaru, holy fuck.
痛いはずなのに手は離れない。俺をお願いだから頼むからそうでなくちゃ。
Okay, we're gonna have to repeat this again, huh?
そうでなくそうでなくっちゃ。お前の後ろに立つ。俺を呼ぶ声が聞こえなくなる。それは俺の耳
God
が死んだ
damn,
か
it's
ら
like
な
another bad end.
前者であってくれ。俺の耳を死んでいてくれ。
Oh, Subaru.
泣き叫ぶあの子に何もないでくれ。頼むから。
Ooh, whose victory do you have to ensure? Is it Cruche?
頼むから。俺の耳が死んでない可能性を。
Whose
頼
victory?
むから。
Oh my god, bad end again. Yeah, no. Wow. We're not even at the end of an episode. Wow, that was quite a thing that just happened. Loop 4, day 3. I'm in a dark place. It's so deep I could sink forever, and so vast that I could drift away without ever stopping. I feel so helpless. I can't even tell where I am anymore. Where am I and what happened? The place seems so familiar yet uncomfortable and foreign at the same time. If I know this place, when do I know it from? If I don't, then why don't I? Because this place is... What? Where are we? We're like literally in like a impressionist painting right now. A swaying shadow stands before me. Is it standing? No, I don't think that's quite right. Land nor the heavens exist here. The shadow just wavers as if it's underwater. Here, anyone who stands on solid ground is the unnatural one. The shadow whispers something. Its lips move. How can I hear those whispers? Why can't I see those moving lips? How odd. It's incomprehensible. I don't get it. It can't be. It's wrong. Some sort of mistake, but I can't correct it. No more. I can't take it. Let me out of here. Oh, wow. Season 2, friends. Let's go. Shadow comes closer. The words become clearer. But I don't want to hear them because I don't want to hear any more because if I realize the meaning of those words, it'll become hard for me to leave. Yo. Okay, back to repeating my death. Is it back to Amelia?
おい兄ちゃん。おい聞いてんのかよ兄ちゃん。もう話は終わったんだろうが。
Oh no!
頼むぜ兄ちゃん。こっちも
Oh, thank God! We didn't start over. Okay.
スバルくん、大丈夫ですか？持ち合わせがないのでしたら、ここはレムが支払いますので。
I hear an energetic voice at my side and another familiar loving voice from my side. My brain processes the two and I slowly take a deep breath. I look around and take in the sight of two who just spoke to me, two familiar faces. Subaru. Then I look down at my hands, opening and closing them. I can move them, I can move my feet too, and so I push open the door to my memories. In that moment, a certain red sight flashes before my eyes.
Subaru-kun!
I fall to my knees and the blue-haired girl, no, it's Rem. Rem desperately calls out my name. But I can't even bring myself to answer her. I'm too busy checking my throat, skin, and limbs to make sure they didn't burn away. Just saying those out loud sends a chill down my spine. In those final moments, I had been engulfed in flames and incinerated. Wow, Subaru, gosh, holy shit. That sucks. My throat was burning, my lungs were melting, my stomach was boiling. The memory of all that pain comes flooding back. I can hardly breathe. I'd heard that people usually die in fires from inhaling toxic gases that make them lose consciousness, burning up from the flames afterwards. But when I died that time, I didn't even have the reprieve to faint from the gas. I was conscious through it all as I was burned alive. The pain of knowing my body would be rendered completely useless broke me. The death of the body kills the mind along with it. Even now, after returning my death, my heart still burns. Dude, what's he thinking, the shopkeeper? Rem puts her arms around me in an embrace. I can feel the warmth coming in from her body. The heat terrifies me at first, but the steady beat of her heart washes away the tension in my body. I mean, I'd enjoy this moment more if the shopkeeper wasn't just like staring, hasn't said anything. She speaks gently as to soothe the baby, and I listen intently. The fear doesn't go away, and the despair doesn't fade. But little by little, I can feel the infernal flames that had once burned me alive weakening.
ね、もういいのか？
ああ、驚かせて悪かった。なんとかこ
う。いきなりは驚くぜ、本当によ。そのまま店の前でイチャつかれた日にゃ、ただでさえ遠い客足が余計に遠のく。
それ笑っていい冗談。
Shopkeeper's eyes turn into a serious gaze, so I refrain from laughing and avert my gaze instead.
では、お支払いはこちらで。ご迷惑をおかけして申し訳ありません。
ジョーちゃんにかけられた面倒はねえさ。兄ちゃんの方はちっと周りを見る。
大いに反省するよ。
The sense of defeat weighs down on me as I take the bag apples, not knowing how to respond properly. The bag is heavy.
それじゃ、また明日な。
さすがに明日はわかんねえよ。
He sends us off with a parting joke, and we finally walk away from his stall. Man, Subaru, God, that sucks for him. Like, After putting some distance between us and the stall, I finally managed to turn the words out. After returning by death, Rem held me in her arms for some time as the shock of it all brought me to my knees. It helped me recover mentally, but my masculinity took a hit. Because of that, I could hardly look Rem in the face. It's too painful to think she might look at me like I'm pathetic. Rem, you're so cool! Like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Rem, no.
それはさすがにどうかと思うな。そっち側の限界を試したくもないし。
はい。レムもできればスバルくんのかっこいいところが見たいです。
Gallant. Gallant is also kakui. Seeing her smile shadows my shield of shame and disgrace. All that's left underneath is a raw, exposed Subaru Natsuki.
ただの俺か。
でもスバルくんの方がすごいんですよ。
The fact that she says things like that makes her all the more extraordinary. Yes, Rem! Yes!
このまま褒め合い合戦するのもやぶさかじゃねえが、もたもたしてる余裕はない。
Should we get more things for
でも
Priscilla?
すげえ変な確認をするんだが、さっき店の前でさくらさんと会ったよな。
はい、使者として屋敷へいらしたメルティ様の陣営のさくら様ですよね。
ってことは
I take a deep breath, now convinced that my thought was right. My save points changed drastically from before. Yeah, but we're doing the right thing though, that Amelia isn't here. Until now, I'd been locked in Arlem Village a few days ago, but now it's changed. I've been updated to a few hours before we run into Wolf unexpectedly.
正直死に戻りのメカニズムは分かってないことが多すぎるが。
There was a battle for the insignia at the loot house, and the fight at the manor about my curse. Those have been my only two previous return by deaths. Each of my save points to return by death didn't change during either of those incidents, but now it has. It may have shifted, but I can't imagine all our problems have been taken care of.
そもそも誰が設定してるかも分かってねえのに。
I've returned by death. I can say with confidence that each time I have, I've changed the results of impeding disasters, but I can't rely on this power. It's way too risky to keep clinging to something or someone that I don't know when they'll disappear. Above all, I'm afraid to die. It's painful. It's terrifying. I don't want to make any plans where my death is needed to rest.
せめて前向きに考えよう。
Now that my save point has been removed, I can't change anything that's happened before today or after the official announcements of the royal selection's delay. Amelia didn't come with me to royal capital this time, and we've already met with other royal candidates, well, all except for Priscilla. Speaking of, she's been the focal point of everything we've been doing from this point on. Okay, I still think it's okay, so it's Priscilla. I still think it's Priscilla or Melty. I take a few deep breaths or calm myself. I can't afford to make a single mistake from here on out. All the suffering I've been through would be otherwise wasted.
レム、これからプリシラの屋敷に向かう。屋敷の場所は知ってるから問題ないんだが。
別の問題。
さっきの酒場でも言ったろ。アナスタシアさんを狙ってる奴がいる。それと同じ忠告をプリシラにもしたいが、ぶっちゃけそいつが直接来る可能性が高い。
I debated on how best to tell Rem all of the situation, but within the time left, I decided to be blunt. When Rem and I quartered Wolf last time, he was wandering around near Priscilla's manor. He'd already gone after Anastasia, so if he's targeting royal candidates, it makes sense that he'd go after Priscilla
で
too.
は、プリシラ様にも警告を。
それは当然。と。
If I talked to Priscilla, she'd keep an eye out for Wolf. While that'd be good for her, I don't know if that'd be enough. Last time I told Rem to kill Wolf because of how dangerous he is, but it'd be better if we could capture him instead. I remember that he muttered something in his final moments. I want to find out what he was trying to say. Once I do, I should be able to get to the bottom of all this. That's why.
そのために布石を打とうと思う。
Okay, so he's definitely separate from the witch cultist, right? So he's definitely helping just someone in specific. The question is if someone hired him personally, or he's just doing it out of the kindness of his own heart. I mean, not kindness, but, you know. There's no guarantee that this will work, but this has always been how I fight. I dive into the sea of unknown and launch a torpedo based off vague information. I'm always scared to do it, so I need someone who will give me that final push.
はい、何でも言ってください。
Yes, Rem! Yes! Gosh, Rem's enthusiasm is exactly the push I need. Yes, Rem, yes! A shadow slowly rises from the darkness. It scans its surroundings, a nefarious sneaking about.
見えたか。
はい、確かに。
How did we find him so easily? What the hell? Rem and I look behind anything we can find, carefully squinting into the darkness. That's definitely Wolf, just as I expected. He appears as to keep watch at Priscilla's manor. I doubt he suspects that anyone would be lying in wait for him to
この
show.
まま奴の後をつけよう。
Oh, we're tailing him.
ここで仕
Okay.
掛けなくていいんですか。
俺たちが飛び出していってさあ話し合おうってなればいいんだがそれにここで戦いになるとあいつが人通りの多いところへ出てって理想はあいつの雇い主を見ることだそれがダメでも誰も巻き込まないところで戦いたい
わかりました。レムも邪魔はいない方が安心できます。
Rem agrees with me, albeit for a slightly different reason, but now that we're both on the same page, we continue after Wolf. He enters an alley and moves deftly to the right and left. Oh my gosh, I need to sneeze. Wow, awkward timing. We trail after him, trying not to lose sight of him, but we also try not to be seen. We keep a good distance as we stay on his tail.
どこに行く気だ
At the very least, I know Wolf won't harm Priscilla today. If he did, I would have heard about it during my previous
い
loops.
やそれも過信できない
Last time we came into the royal capital was the first time Amelia wasn't with us. Wolf attacked Anastasia at night then. It's hard to say if Amelia not being around will affect Wolf's actions. See, okay, now I have an idea. If Wolf's like watching Priscilla and Anastasia, then it can't be either of those two because he said he's ensuring someone's victory. So it has to be either like Melty, Amelia, Crucier, Felt, and like yeah. Come and think of it, it's because it's possibly his target shifted to Priscilla because Amelia wasn't present. I'm ready for him to just like surprise us and just confront us like right away.
レムはできてます。
よし、その意気だ。
As we keep new environment. As we keep our painstaking pursuit, I realize the environment around us had completely changed. We'd come from Priscilla's prestigious manor to a place like this.
スバル君。
The place we're in now reminds me of the slums. We aren't anywhere near Priscilla's manor right now. Last time we ran into Wolf, it was because he was snooping around there. We won't be able to recreate our meeting from before, that means. Oh gosh, holy shit, we're back to gameplay. We should probably keep some distance from him just in case. Kangairo. I fought Wolf 3 times now, not even being killed by him one of those times. Our first encounter. Okay, Subaru. Wait a minute, I remember getting killed. Anastasia was in danger too, and everyone around us. Could he be making sure not to harm any innocent bystanders? Subaru, I hate it when you have to repeat shit. God.
スバル君、追わないんですか？
いや、追うけども、奴と接近しすぎたかもしれねえ。あいつは超がつく危険人物だ。
Oh yeah, he's extremely dangerous. Why do we need to get the...
なるほど。
Okay.
わかりました。少し距離を
I
取るよ
hope
う
at
に
the
しましょう。
end they'll have us like pick out who the fake is just based on information quiz.
何か武器になりそうなものだって？そこら辺に転がってる廃材だって素手よりはマシだろ？
What scrap? What are you talking about, man? What does he mean? These are the slums. This is where I met Felt and Old Man Rom. Everyone here, including Felt, has the same motto: live strong. They're surprisingly kind to those who are weak too. But now it's not the time to be thinking about that. I need to focus on Wolf. Is there a way here? I don't see any holes. What if I wait, what the fuck? We're gonna lose sight of Wolf. There's no time to get sidetracked. Where'd he go?
スバル君。
確かに。って言ってるそば、レム、尾行再開だ。あの角まで走るぞ。
わかりました。急ぎましょう、スバル君。
Alright, so just talk to Rem twice.
あの角を曲がればあいつははずだ。もし気づかれてると思ったら、迷わず攻撃してくれ。一瞬の迷いが命と。
What if it's like Old Man Rom?
わかりました。気づかれている気配があれば、迷わず攻撃します。
レム、気づかれてる。
Rem attacks the moment I call out to her. A spiked iron ball spins about with an incredible momentum as it closes on Wolf's back.
危ねえ危ねえ。先に仕掛けてくるんじゃねえよ。
Wolf laughs loudly as he dodges Rem's attack with ease. He leaps into the air and turns around. I grit my teeth and glare at the masked enemy in front of us.
どこから気づいてやがった。
どこもかしこもだよ、まぬけ。尾行するならもっとうまくやるんだな。
Okay, so he purposely went to the slums then.
悪かったな。こっちは人をつけ回すなんて初めての。もっとお上品な生まれなんアドバイスは高額のために受け取っとく。代わりにお前はお縄につけ。
お縄じゃなく。
ご託は結構です。これ以上余計な口は開かせません。あなたのような手合いの言葉は痛みと引き換えに聞き出させてもらいます。
おいおい、可愛い顔しておっかない女だな。まあいい。やる気満々なら上等だ。そんなに怖い顔されるんなら仕方ねえ。
Who is this man? Is it Tiga in disguise? What is my choice? You keep asking me that game, but every time a choice comes up, it's never like.
あいつ俺たちの尾行に。
はい、そのようです。しかも戦うしかない状況。
落ち着け。落ち着くんだ。
His ability to drain mana from those he touches and the fire magic he uses when he's concerned or cornered are the aces up his sleeve. Since I'm already aware of that, we have a good chance at beating him so long as we take precautions. What sort of person is he anyway? Seems to me he's just your plain old crazy person. But is he really? The Sin Archbishop's Betelgeuse is definitely a total psycho, but what about this guy? His words certainly make it seem like he isn't all there, but there's something noticeably different between him and Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse invaded the royal capital to find Amelia. Because of that, numerous innocent bystanders died at the hands of the witch cult. Betelgeuse is a genuine psychopath, but it's true that he killed me before, but there's no denying he's capable of murder. When Anastasia and I were attacked, we were in the middle of the shopping district. He attacked us in broad daylight, but I can't remember a single bystander getting hurt in the process. Then we fought him later. We were in the secluded back alley. I don't have much to base on anything, so it may have just been a coincidence. If he knew we were following him the whole time, he could have attacked us whenever he felt like it. He could have even gotten us to jump on us if he struck us before we noticed he was onto us. And yet... been sacrificed more than necessary. Still not convinced. What? Alright. If he went out of his way to bring us to some secluded area, maybe he didn't want to involve anyone else. Well, duh! Which would mean he would actually be a pretty good guy.
あの仮面野郎と戦う前、
はい。
あいつの手のひらには要注意だ。
マナーを？
ああ、さらに魔法も吸収できるみてえだ。
Who has the ability? I guess who has the ability
なるほど。
besides
手のひらに
who
は
has that
注意
ability
です。
besides Beatrice, basically?
マナを吸収しやすい接近戦は危険だ。モーニングスターを駆使して近接戦闘は回避してくれ。
わかりました。情報共有ありがとうございます。
レムはこれで OK。
いえ、スバル君を危険な目に遭わせるわけにはいきません。スバル君は安全な場所で。
No, Rev, we should just talk to him.
サンキューレム。と言いたいところだけど、あいつはかなりの強敵だ。いくらレムでも簡単に倒せる相手じゃねえよ。
But I can't do very much, so what should I do here? Should we just talk to him? You scraps. Show sort of memories from the slums.
じゃあ次は。
I definitely do not want to go into flashback right now, so... There are scraps of wood scattered on the ground. Using these scraps as a weapon might be better than fighting empty-handed.
まあ、隙を作るぐらいは俺にもできるはずだ。少しでもレムが戦いやすくなるように。
スバル君。
Yeah, Rem's like, what the fuck are you doing, Subaru?
具体的にって言われてもな。
はい。レムは賛成できません。
I mean, yeah,
相手が
duh,
強敵で
yeah.
あるならなお。
それじゃあ、罠を仕掛けるってのはどうだ？
罠をですか？
ああ、確かに直接的にあいつを攻撃するのは。
Wait, is he not like staring at us just in conversation?
罠を仕掛けてあいつをはめるんだったら、この辺には使えそうな廃材が結構散らばってるから。
Like what, Subaru? You gonna turn them on fire?
なるほど。
だろう。ということで、俺が罠を張るってことで OK？
はい。でもスバル君、くれぐれも危ない行動は避けてください。
Now then, is there anything I should check before we fight Wolf? He's already gotten the best of me several times before, so I need to be careful. Alright. Well, duh, be careful with his fire attack. What the fuck? Don't pursue the enemy too far.
俺の考えは。
Duh, I mean both? Like, come on.
そうだレム。肝心なことを忘れてたぜ。あいつは炎の魔法を使う。
炎の魔法って。
ああ、まあ俺には正確なとこはわからねえんだけど。
なるほど。マナを吸収するだけじゃな
Yeah,
くて、
just want to put all our cards on the
攻撃もしてく
table.
る。
そうだ。でもいつもってわけじゃどうやらないみたいな。追い詰められた時だけ奥の手的に使ってきやがる。だからレム、あいつを追い詰めても油断するなよ。強力な炎攻撃をお見舞いされちまう可能性が高い。
わかりました。奴を追い詰めても油断せず、炎を使った攻撃に気をつけるようにし。
やや、そろそろ
You ready? Yeah, literally he's just right
別れ
there.
を惜しむ必要はねえよ。二人まとめて。
Well, actually, no, for sure he's definitely not. He definitely doesn't want Amelia to get the throne,
待
so.
たせちまったみたいで悪かったな。俺たちに話
Not
し
only
合う
doesn't
時
want
間を
Amelia,
与えたこ
Priscilla,
とを
or
後悔
Anastasia.
させちまうけど。
I almost honestly think he might be working for Felt.
じゃねえか。後悔？この俺が？やばい。笑いすぎて
I mean, if
死んじまいそうだ
Reinhardt's
ぜ
also gone for a while. Lol, it's literally Reinhardt. It's not Reinhardt.
そりゃ残念。そのまま笑い死んでくれりゃ楽だったのによ。
言うね。こりゃ殺しがいがありそうだ。んじゃ そろそろ追っ始めるとしようぜ。
レム、待ったなしだ。
はい、最初からレムは全力でいきま。
ああ、頼むレム。くれぐれも慎重にな。
Do the mission. Oh yes, give me a mission, yeah. Oh yes, yes, yes. Another mission. It's been a while.
書き留めておくぞい。
Give permanent orders to Rem. Proceed carefully when set in traps. You might get to hit Wolf where it hurts. 16. Provoke you scraps aware of his fire attack.
俺がやれることは。
Oh, thank God, Rem's just like.
スバル君。
Okay. We're like right there. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna get some scraps. Come on, Subaru!
準備 OK。
スバル君、わかりました。
追っ始めるとしようぜ。
覚悟してください。アルヒューム。
Oh, they look so cute. Oh.
ありがたくいただかせてもらうぜ、お嬢ちゃん。
Oh wow, you observe magic, wow.
さあ、やっぱ魔法も吸収しやがるのかよ。
Maybe it depends on the mask that he's wearing, what abilities that he has, right? I feel like that might be a good case. Oh. Use? Okay. How about over here? Okay. Let me find more wood scraps.
よし、こう。準備完了だ。
わかりました。
Alright, thanks, Rem. Did I miss a corner? Shoot. No, yeah, I went over there. Oh no. I'm so lost. Damn it, I wish the map was like bigger.
どの廃材のさてこれは試し。
Is he even getting to close to a trap? That's my question. Like, this is a trap I just placed, right? Fuck, I did that wrong! Oh shit. I'm sorry, Rem. That did not work as I intended. Okay, well, that. Now I feel like bad cringe. Shoot. Okay, so yeah, I might need to start this over. Fuck. So I need to activate them? What am I supposed to do with the REM is my question. I'll just be in the way here. Oh my god, I fucked up. I fucked up. Oh my god, he's banging the shit out of him.
スバル君から離れなさい。
It's okay, it's okay. Oh man, I lose really easily. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry, Gabe. I'm sorry. Let's try that again. No, can I not? Do I not get a chance to try it again? Try to speak, I only make gibberish sounds. Okay, to tell Rem, my new save point is right before we fight Wolf. Luckily he hasn't decided to strike yet. There's no guarantee he'll be waiting for us. There's no need to recover, blah blah Rem. I somehow managed to study my swaying body. Okay, yeah, blah blah. Let's get this thing started. Okay, yeah, blah blah. Provoke, use scraps to borrow his fire attack. Okay, well I know this won't work, so I need to use something that's like above here.
スバル君。
I can't believe that didn't work. That's so funny. So only 2 of those spots apparently worked, right? So.
よし準備か
わかりました。
Yeah, only 2 of them worked.
始めるとしようぜ。
覚悟してください。
Okay, Alhuma, and then like he absorbs magic.
ありがとう。
Blah blah blah. Okay. Is there anything that I can look at over here? No, yeah, they were past this already. Was there another scrap or something? I can't just go straight up and talk to him, right? That would be evil. Oh no, I could have. Fuck. Okay, I fucked that up. There's a space thing right there. Shoot, shoot, shoot. I did not see that. Oh, come on. Okay, now I need to get over there to make sure that it gets activated. It's...
スバル君
Subaru, you're kind of like in the way? Well, obviously can't activate it.
はてことはこれは試してみ
You gotta get him to that space. Might work. But he's not. Hey, Rem. Shoot, shoot, shoot. I should have. Fuck. Okay, okay. Now activate, activate, activate. Game, come on, come on.
よっしゃ
Yes! Okay, well, we kinda hurt him. Like a little bit. This can't do anything, right? So, what was this one? Yeah, better leave that be. We gotta go back over there. Oops! It doesn't look like I can talk to Rem right now.
スバル君スバル君
レム気をつけろ
わかりました。
まさか何言ってんだ。
Oh, come on, Subaru. Are you there? Is this it? Alright, I'll activate it. Are you serious? Subaru, come on. Why would the same track not work twice? Why even give us the option? Am I doing this right? I don't think I'm doing this right. Combat.
ちくしょう俺が的確なアドバイスを
What was the attack paths are becoming clear? Rem gives some precise order. Yeah, let's do that. Tony's fire magic absorbs that
レ
shit!
ムモーニングスターだ
わかりました。
That was fun. I got that.
やりやがる。
これで
そいつ
I can sense how satisfied Wolf looks, but even behind his mask. In that moment, the fire that had killed me flashes in my
レ
mind.
ムうかつに近づくなそいつは火の魔法も得意にしてるぞ
エルヒュー
Wolf looks shaken up as his flames collide with Rem's ice magic. What light in skies with intense eruptions, sending a blast of hot and cold wind throughout the slums.
ったれ。なんでそんなことまで知ってやがる。
We just guessed.
企業秘密だお前の方こそ今なら待遇は大相談だ
なんだそりゃ。
Man, it's about to get interesting.
冗談はよせよ。おお、嘘つきめ。お前たちが引けないのと同じで。
Red lights appear around Wolf and turn into flames. Now we're back on even. Looks like he's taking this seriously. Now we're back on even ground with that.
いい加減敵味方ははっきりしただろ
え？急に何叫んだ？
やれやれ、人使いが荒いもんだぜ。
A lethargic voice responds to my cry, but despite his unenthusiastic words, his attack packs quite the punch. Wolf immediately leaps back to evade the slash of his blade.
あらら、当たんなかったわ。悪い悪い兄弟。これ撤収だろ
そんなわけにいくか。ちゃんと伝えた通りの状況になってんだ。約束通りこっちに加勢しろ。
When did he talk to
う。
Al?
いい。ったく、俺はこういうの不向きだってのに。
前もって助っ人を用意してたわけ。
格好に関しちゃオタクに言われたくねえよ。
Al and Wolf glare at each other, and the clash between the two most strangely dressed men in the royal capital begins. Honestly, I'd have liked to just watch and laugh if it wasn't my problem, but this is a matter of life and
レ
death.
ム、アルと協力してくれ。
はい、アル様お願いします。
お手柔らかに
弱者を囲んでめった打ちか。
Wolf leaps over Rem and Al's simultaneous attacks and points out at me. My life's on the line here too. After overcoming so much to get to this point, I can only feel annoyed by his
け
comment.
ど負けたらただの負
I
け。
want to know who he is! I want to know the truth! Rem and Al's onslaught cuts off Wolf's escape route, forcing him back into the fight. Al's attacks doesn't seem extraordinarily fast or anything, but his movements and positioning are incredibly precise. He covers for any of Rem's openings, supporting her offense. The chain roars like a beast, the iron ball snapping at Wolf with ferocious power. Wolf rolls on the ground to evade the attack, but then...
残念無念。ま、星が悪かったのさ。
Al swings his curved sword and Wolf instinctively raises his hand. The next moment, fire erupts all over Al and the red flames flickering off his iron helmet. I raise my voice in panic, but it's too late. Al is engulfed in the tense flames that are reduced to nothing more than...
言っただろ。星が悪かったのさ。
It all happened so quickly. The moment it seemed like Al had been consumed by fire, he definitely dodged the attack and drove his sword through Wolf. The sword pierces through Wolf's side, deeply damaging him from the inside, that means.
もう戦えないはず。
Is it Tiga? I want to know who this person is, gosh. Hearing the victorious voice, Wolf shakes his head in denial. He then grips the sword in his stomach and lets out a long breath.
おいおいやめとけって。いくら俺が片腕しかねえからって、ここで手を緩めやしねえよ。どうせ引っこ抜かれるんなら、俺が自分でひねりながら抜くぜ。それでも。
Oh, his voice trembles with pain as he glares through Al's mask.
やべよこれ。
Al immediately lets go of his sword and puts his arm around Rem's slender waist. He lifts up the surprised Rem and sprints all the way from Wolf at full speed, turning to me to shouting all the
兄
while.
弟、伏せろ。
I don't get the chance to ask him what's going on, as a moment later the explosion of light surrounds us. A flash of red emanates from Wolf, shocking wave blast shockwave blasting air right at us. So this is what it feels like to be hit with an air blast. The shockwave reminds me of the time Reinhard blew away the Halut house. I roll on the ground holding my head as I wait for the heat to subside. I'm not still entirely sure what happened, but I just hope Rem and Al got in safety time.
スバル君、スバル君、起きてください。
さっきの爆発は。
スバル君、大丈夫ですか？
レム、お前の方こそ無事か。
はい、かろうじて。
そうか。
死んでねえよ。死んでたにしてもかっこいい死に様だが。 俺も死んでねえよ。元気だよ。
おお、ある。
You're alive. I love that. He's dead.
生きてるよ。当たり前だろ。だいたい焼け死ぬのってすげえ辛いんだぞ。
ああ、俺も気持ちはわかるよ。けど、それならレムの思わせぶりな発言。
アル様がレムをかばって背中をやけどしてしまったんです。
やけどって指先にちょこっとやっただけでも死ぬほど辛いよな。
そうかよ。レムをかばってくれてありがとな。
I cut our conversation short and look around. Seeing as we have some casual conversation like this makes me realize something. I suspected it would happen, but... Rem gives a sullen nod and Wolf is nowhere in sight. All he left behind is the evidence of his power from his parting blast. The little corner of the slums that were now nothing more like Blattnick ruins.
しかしとんでもねえやつだったな。あんなのが屋敷を覗いてたなんておっかねえ。
かなり怪しかったのは認めるけど。
Yes. I contacted Al before he decided to trail Wolf. Yeah, without my knowledge. Like last time I'd gone bearing the gift of Atlas to meet with them. But after was when I warned Al about the wolf and the threat he posed. Al doesn't know me all that well, so he obviously was skeptical at first.
確かめるだけ確かめてくれって兄弟があんな必死ですがやべえやつだったけど、うっかり消し済みにはなってねえだろうよ。
だろうな。くそ、頭の痛え問題だよ。
あの男の狙いは王戦の妨害というこ
What
と
is he
な
gonna
の
do
でしょうか。
though?
だとしたらスバル君、お屋敷を伺っていた患者と関係が。
あるかもだし、ないかもだし。しかしどうもいろんな思惑が絡み合ってるのは間違いなさそうなんだよ。
I'd also considered this before, but there's a good chance Wolf and the Witch Cult are unrelated. If the Witch Cult is targeting Amelia, why would Wolf go after the other candidates? That can only mean
早い話、あいつの雇い主は王戦の関係者。
it has to be Melty Man.
それ
It's
も
Tiga.
それを
おいおい、考えなかったわけじゃねえだろう。随分と手回しの早いこったが、番外戦が起きる可能性は花から他の候補者がいなくなっちまえば自分が王様になれるってのは思いつく話だ。
そうですね。レムもわかります。
Ah, I
候補
see.
者が自ら指示したわけではなくても。
候補者と
As I listened to Rem and Al's conclusions, all the candidates in their camps fit in my mind. Flit? Fit? Flit? What? There's Cruche and her knight Ferris, and Wilhelm who works at the manor. And Anastasia and her knight Julius, along with Ricard. That's wrong. Along should be capitalized. Along with Ricardo and Mimi of the Iron Fang, including Mimi's brothers and the other beastmen. There's also Priscilla, and Al who's standing right before me. Then there's that young servant at their manor too. Ah. Okay. You know, it might be Cruche, right? I think there's that. Remember that one dude that came out of their manor? The blonde dude? The merchant? Might be him. Or something related. There's Felt and the ultimate knight of hers. Oh my gosh! There's spelling mistakes! That's wrong, ReZero! And there's Felt and the ultimate knight of hers, Reinhardt, and I bet Old Man Ron is probably with her right now. So who looked at this? Where is there no like correction? Finally, there's Melty and her knight Tiga, along with their supporter Sakura. The royal candidates and their affiliations are suspects, so the culprit has to be one of them.
もちろん俺は兄弟たちを疑わねえよ。
その話をするならアナスタシアさんたちも。
おうおう、そうかい。そうなると俺の姫さんと兄弟の姫さん、それから商人の嬢ちゃんが抜けてかなり絞れてきた感じがあるな。
It might be Cruche. I'm thinking it's Cruche. Little by little, we trimmed down the list of suspects, but having seen all their smiling faces at one point or another, it only leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I wish.
何にせよ助かったぜ兄弟。今日のことは一応姫さんに伝えとく。うちの姫さんは気まぐれなんでな。例の言葉があるかはわからねえが。
As I listen to Al, I stare at the charred remains that Wolf left behind. I just wish that when this is all over, we can all get back to smiling
明
again.
日は予定通りなら王戦延期の説明会。